Hey, good morning, folks. Today we're with Will Williams. We had him on for a short period of yesterday, but like my scheduling, I usually schedule two or three people for the same time. I do have a book now, but today we're going to talk a little bit about the parole board, the corruptness, the parole board not giving people chances, keeping them in for the majority of their life. Just so much wrong things with the parole board. Well, welcome, Will.
Thank you for having me on.
Sure. Let's discuss what we did yesterday. A brief summary. You went to the parole board. You said 9 times, correct?
Let's see. Once the 99, 09, 14, 16, and 19.
That's not too far off.
Right. That's been a number of times, and I don't know what they got these criteria. Do this, do that, take
Right.
these programs. So I want to go home, so I try and do everything they say. It's 18 different things they got on there. I cover them all. Right? I cover them all.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
But they don't seem to care. They tell you to do this. They give you something to reach for. And
Right.
then when you reach it, they find another reason to knock you down. And they continuously do that. And I've seen it over and over and over with several different people. At one point, it was giving people time like 40-year blocks. 40 years. After they done been 20 years to the board, they come up and say, okay, well, let's see what 44 years.
Right.
But that was a senator, somebody stepped in and got it reduced, to 10 years, where they couldn't get no more than 10 years at a time. So that's one particular guy. He did the first 10. He went back up. He gave him another 10. Right? So they was basically giving him the 40 years that they originally gave him, but just only in 10-year increments.
Right.
So with stuff like that being done, it's hard to have any hope, any faith in their ability to judge us fairly. No matter what we do during the process of incarceration. So I don't know if it's a job, security thing, because not that many of us in the system, I'm sure you know. And once we go, it's kind of like most of these other guys are doing flat time, and they do get judicial release or PRC, whatever that is. But they can't do nothing that much to them if they violate that. They come back for 9 months at the most. So, that don't really secure their jobs. But I feel like the only reason they keep slapping us is the job security, because people, turn their life around and still don't get no love from the parole board. So I'm hoping that what you said yesterday about trying to get some sort of reform that cap a life sentence at 20 years,
Right.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, Beverly Seymour's going to help us draft up the bill. She's the one that drafted up our original parole board reform bill.
Who was that?
Beverly Seymour.
Beverly Seymour. I heard that name somewhere. Can I ask you a question about the former Shirley Smith?
Sure can.
Do you know who she is?
Yes, I met with her 2 years ago when she first left. And she's all, yes, she's all talk. Yeah.
She's what?
All talk. She was going to help us out until she won for mayor in South Euclid, but she lost, and now she's nowhere around.
She just recently ran for mayor of South Euclid.
This last year, not this November, last year.
Okay, that's pretty recent. Oh, I didn't know that. But,
Yeah.
Initially, she's the one that kind of gave the society an inside look at how they operate.
But look at how she was as a pro board member. She was one of the worst ones.
Shirley Smith?
Yes, she was horrible. Yeah.
Is you mixing her up with
No, it was Shirley Smith. That's the one we have the most complaints against.
it wasn't Margaret G.
No, Margaret G was way before. She was in the 90s as a pro board chair.
Right.
Yeah, Shirley Smith was awful. She was bringing up people's tickets that was 10 years old, and voting against their releases, especially the black race. Especially the black race she was voting against.
Yeah, I'm getting a lesson here today, because I was under the impression
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
by reading that article that came out in 19 that she, may have been about the right thing. I guess that's what the media can do.
Yeah. Well, when
Perspective.
she was in the state senate, I met with her several times, and she said, yes, they need to be home. But then once she got appointed to the pro board, she did the opposite than what she said. So, but so many of them are doing it. Look at Mr. Heron, who is a public defender representing you guys at the pro board. He sits on there now, and he's no better.
Who you say? Boring?
No, Tom Heron.
Oh, he's a new member.
About a year and a half ago.
Okay, because I know the last time I went in 19, they had 3 new people on there.
Right.
I'm kind of wondering whether or not they was trained to use ORAS.
Huh.
I do know that the people that use it is the parole board, the judges, police stations, halfway houses. But in order to actually use it, you have to be trained. They got a policy on that.
Right.
And when I went to see them, it was 3 new members on the board. And I read that they was, getting appointed. And then when I went, it was about a month later, they was there.
Yeah. Well, listen to this. The governor promised us that they were going to put an inmate advocate on because they had a victim's advocate. That was all talked by the governor. They never did it. I even applied for the job and got turned down. So they didn't keep their word to us.
And they hardly ever will. But what was the follow-up on it?
Well, I sent email after email to Andy Wilson, who's the legislative aide, who's told us the governor was going to do it. He never responded back to us. So really, it's time to replace our governor. We're not a political organization, but we'll only back those that believe people should be treated fair, and not that everybody should walk out of prison. No, we're not saying that, but they should have a fair chance for release. So that's why we would like to cap it off at 20 years. And of course, we're going to have to give them something, and we have to figure out, what their restrictions are. I would say most of you would be capped out at 20.
Well, here's what I'm thinking they could be given is people who demonstrate they don't want to go. Keep them. But if somebody is following the rules and doing what they're supposed to do,
right,
participating in self-help programs and things like that,
right,
and no institutional conduct, bad conduct, then those people should
Yeah, and I also think fighting should not count against them because when you're locked up, you're going to protect yourself. You're going to protect your belongings. I would say the only way that they should really be denied is if they get convicted in a court of a law of a criminal act while they're locked up.
That's a good idea, but also I don't know if anybody. You just said we have to protect ourselves at certain times.
Right.
That's the thing. They got us locked up with guys doing flat time.
Oh.
They know our situation.
Lord knows. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they attack us and we defend ourselves,
You get punished. They don't. They go home.
right. The worst they get is we go to the hole.
Right.
They get out of the hole. Whenever it's time for them to go home, they go home.
Right.
Whenever it's time for me to see for parole board, I'm a violent predator, continuing to participate in violent activities because I got in a fight with somebody who don't give a damn about going to the hole.
I tell you, I'm more afraid of people in society than you guys because I can walk through a prison and have no problems of any kind. For one, I can relate to you guys.
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
Yes, I can relate to you guys, and I've been locked up for so long that, the fear of incarceration has left me personally. So, most of you guys have rehabilitated. Maybe just a handful hasn't.
And it's not easy to separate, the one that's rehabilitated themselves and the one that haven't.
Right.
Because normally, you can look at it at their record and tell, because the ones that don't give a shit, they do what they want to do. They get high, they fight, they do
right.
They do whatever they do, right? And the ones who are trying, they're in classes, they're in programs, they have support from the outside. They
right.
do everything to try to better themselves, so whenever they get a chance, they may be able to take advantage of some of the things they learn.
Right. Well, when is your next pro board hearing?
In 6/24.
Of what year?
But
this year?
Yeah, no, 2024.
Oh, okay.
2024.
Okay.
But I don't plan to, to actually participate in that. Like I told you, I mentioned yesterday, I kind of know their system. I can understand when I'm, being wrongly treated, and I'm gonna try and undo what they have done.
Yeah, and I understand your theory, but if you don't go up, you just don't know. Maybe they will parole you. And yes,
No.
okay.
No, I didn't mean it.
Okay.
Like, I won't participate in the hearing. Is that I plan to get it overturned before that date.
Oh, yes.
Make them see me sooner.
Right.
That, I'm not trying to wait to 2024.
And I don't blame you. I mean, why you had this free time, and I keep telling guys that why play cards all day when you should be fighting for your freedom?
Right. And that's what I do. It's been difficult because I don't have all the resources or support from the outside that I need. But I'm glad that you guys are, fighting for us here, and I appreciate it. But, I'm always going to try to fight for myself, So I do what I can do. In the next 2 weeks, I'll have a case number.
Great. Do you have good family support?
I'm about to turn 65, and I was the youngest in my family, so I have a sister, but everybody else has passed.
Boy, you don't sound 65.
Well, really, and I don't feel 65, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I say I don't look almost 60, but people tell me I look 70. So,
Yeah.
but I tell you, prison can either age you or keep you young looking, just depending on how you take care of yourself.
Well, I was always, I did a lot of running, a lot of calisthenics and stuff like that.
Right.
I kind of,
This call is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
when I first came into the system, I went to Lucasville, and it was so easy to lose your life about nothing.
Right.
So easy, and I've seen it happen like right next to me, and
Yeah.
when you find out what it's about.
Yeah. I started my time in Old Mansfield, then went to Luke, and I seen people die left and right at Old Mansfield too, back in the 80s.
Yeah, that was a rough spot also.
Yep. But the good thing is you have to be coming to the end of your time. I mean, you served way over your minimum. And under the old law, you guys are supposed to go to the parole board 2/3 of your sentence and then release your first time up if your behavior warrants it. The state has gone away from that. The parole board has gone away from that.
They got an unwritten rule. No first timers get parole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But you need to file the Rhonda Head case that lady got released on.
Hey, I'm already on it.
You are?
I got a copy of her case, and
Awesome.
I'm following along those footsteps.
Good. I tell you, something good's going to happen, and I hope it's sooner than later. But this parole board needs to be held accountable for their own actions.
And that's the point. They got unbridled discretion. They don't have to answer to nobody.
Nope.
And they do what they want. What is that Hope guy? What is his name? Eric Hope, Roger Hope, is on the parole board.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He is literally a monster.
Yeah, you're talking about the old guy, Hawk, Haulk. Yeah. Yeah,
He is a monster.
he is real evil with things that I heard.
Right, and he berated me so horribly. And I kind of, I used to be fearful of when I'm sitting in front of somebody who's got my life in their hands.
Right.
But that I've learned that fear keeps you
Motivated.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Would you like a call back?
Well, I don't have time to do count.
Okay. Well, we'll do another one maybe next week sometime. But it was appreciative for you to call in and educate the public on the parole board today. And we'll talk to you someday next week, okay?
All right, I'll keep in touch with you, and you can let me know, the good time, and I'll get back with you then.
Okay.
And until then, keep up the fight, and
Okay.
lucky.
Give me a call this weekend if you can, and I'll give you a date.
All right.
Okay, thanks. That is Willis Williams, folks. I hope I got his name right. He's been incarcerated, I believe, 40 years, something like that. And he's still waiting to get a parole. And this is part what we do is we work towards these people being treated fair and with respect, and get released when it's warranted. Not to keep people in till they're too old to work or too old to support themselves. Come on, folks. Come on, parole board. Start doing what is right, not what is left. Let's get this going. Good people, our website is www.changestartswithusohio.org. Again, that is www.changestartswithus.org. Our email is changestartswithusohio at gmail.com. Again, that is changestartswithusohio at gmail.com. Our business phone, and Candace has a phone, is 614-507-4593. And please give her a call. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, contact Candace or myself. You could also call me directly at 380-799-3868. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.